I'm Elena Gonzalez, and I'm the Chief Executive of PatchWork, so I'm overseeing deadlines and final designs and just everything, helping finalize everything. I'm also part of the management and marketing group.
My name is Diana Ramirez, and I am part of the marketing management group for the PatchWork team.
So my name is Shahar Padazor, and I am the head of the engineering part. I'm helping with the design and development of the gown.
PatchWork is a young company looking to redesign the current patient gown. The current patient gown is just impractical, it's dehumanizing, it's inefficient for patients and medical professionals, and so PatchWork is looking to come up with a modern design that they're going to then market to medical manufacturers and eventually get into local clinics and hospitals.
So what I really love about our team dynamic is that we can still be broken up into smaller groups. So of course we have the group that's making the gowns, and the group that's been designing the gowns, and the group that's working on what the economic impact of the gowns will be. But at the end of the day, we can still get together and talk about our different plans and bounce ideas off each other, which is super helpful and important in this process.
Some people are working in the design, some people are working in the making of the gown, and then some people are working on what areas, again, are necessary for the gown. Because just making a gown requires a lot of components to be together. For example, what kind of cloth is going to be used for this gown? What are the benefits to this cloth? And again, what regions we need to access within this cloth? Then we need to market this cloth. Like, how can we market this gown? How can we market it for others to actually be interested? For the patients themselves, for the physicians as well.
This endeavor is important because the medical field is a science field that is very quick evolving, fast paced, and the gown that's currently in use isn't up to speed. It's not a good fit for the field. And so the new design that PatchWorks created is a lot more timely, it's a lot more modern, which is what the science field is kind of headed towards.
The gowns that are currently in hospitals are the same gowns that have been used since the 1800s. So of course our technology has improved immensely since then, so our gowns need to also be improved. And so of course that's what our project is about.
Patients are already anxious and nervous when they walk into a doctor's office or an emergency room. And then to get into a gown that exposes them further just increases all their anxiety, their worries, and then doctors aren't able to access the parts of the body they need to for examinations. So it really it eats up time. It requires the patient to essentially take off their gown to be examined and treated, and it's not a good design.
The modern gown only has the back open, and that really doesn't give much access to the physician. You need something that's around the chest region, around the pelvis region.
So when creating this gown, we have to think about what materials would work best, which is a lot of what engineering has to think about. So it's going to be comfortable for the patient to wear, as well as what aspects of the gown are going to physically work for all patients to use.
So the new patient gown design that PatchWork has created, called Mod Gowns, is a lot more time efficient in that it takes the patient 5 seconds to put on, and includes a series of snaps that connect and disconnect the various flaps of the material of the gown. There is one right under the left armpit that will allow for chest examination of any kind, whether the heart, the lungs, that sort of thing. There is another one that runs from the pelvic bones down to about the knee length of the dress, and that would provide that would allow the patient to walk at a more comfortable stride, as well as make the pelvis more accessible for doctors and medical professionals to examine. There is also 2 more snaps, one on each shoulder, that would allow the doctor to look for scoliosis or any other abnormalities on the patient's back.
So the material that we will be using for this gown is 100% pre-shrunk cotton. And this material is really beneficial because you have a lot of unique cotton, which is really good for bacteria. And when you have such material that's too close together, bacteria grows more in there. So you need a material that has a lot of air within it. In that case, bacteria can get attached to it, and you can kill it more often. Also, this material is really good when it comes to washing it, because hospitals and clinics use industrial-sized washers. And this has a lot of heat, which means it kills basically disintegrates the gown. So we need a material that holds itself together, but at the same time is comfortable for the patient, and it's really durable just for the physician and for the clinic not to be spending so much money on a gown that we'll be using multiple times. So mod gown has a lot of positive outcomes. One of them is gives the patient the access to be covered, but at the same time it gives the physician the access to the regions that the patient needs. Example as mentioned before, the chest area, you need some of the pelvic area. So when you have that open, that's good for the physician, but you have your back area covered, which is better for the patient itself.
We'd really like your support in our endeavor to improve the current patient gown with our newly designed mod gown, and thank you from PatchWork.
Thank you from PatchWork.
Thank you from PatchWork.